What is the ultimate luxury? For Aman, the world's most exclusive hotel brand, it's not a supercar that screams for attention or a diamond-encrusted watch. It's a secret they built a multi-billion-dollar empire on: the art of disappearing. At their Greek resort, Amanzoe, a single night in Villa 20 can cost upwards of $50,000. For that price, you aren't just getting a room, you're getting a private, modern-day Acropolis, with 9 bedroom pavilions, a private spa, and a dedicated staff of 30. It was all designed for one purpose: to help you vanish. This is not about showing off. While other brands build monuments to wealth, Aman builds sanctuaries from it. Their locations are brutally strategic: stark deserts, private hilltops, and the top floors of skyscrapers in the world's busiest cities, all engineered for absolute privacy. The design is so minimalist that the buildings seem to melt into the landscape. This is quiet luxury, meant to be enjoyed in peace, but only by a select few. The astronomical price tag isn't just for the room. It's a filter, ensuring the only people you see are those who have also paid a fortune to be left alone. This is the story of how Aman broke every rule in the book to sell invisibility to the world's most powerful people. Their business model is a direct rebuke of the modern "look-at-me" mentality. It's a brand that rejects traditional advertising and sold invisibility instead. Where other brands boast about their celebrity clientele, Aman's defining service is its faultless discretion. And where brands like Four Seasons build mega resorts, Aman builds properties with fewer than 50 rooms, priced astronomically high for one specific reason: to invite the 1% in and keep everyone else out. It's a strategy so audacious that when the founder first proposed it, not a single bank would give him a loan. They thought it was a recipe for disaster. Instead, it became the blueprint for a new tier of ultra-luxury, a brand that doesn't just offer a place to stay, but a place to vanish. The story of Aman begins in 1988 with an Indonesian hotelier named Adrian Zecha. But Zecha wasn't just any hotelier. He was a man who grew to hate the corporatization of the very industry he helped build. After co-founding the successful Regent International Hotels, he became disillusioned with the industry's obsession with scale, with its noisy lobbies, impersonal service, and gaudy opulence. He felt luxury had lost its meaning, becoming a spectacle rather than a feeling. The idea for Aman wasn't born in a boardroom. It was born from a personal desire. Zecha was searching for a plot of land in Phuket, Thailand, to build a private holiday home. While exploring a remote coconut plantation on Pansi Beach, he found a location with breathtaking views. The plan was personal, but it quickly evolved. What if he could build a small resort that felt like a private home, not just for him, but for his guests? He envisioned a sanctuary. The name Aman was chosen from Sanskrit meaning peace, and it became the guiding principle. His philosophy was simple: less is more. No grand chandeliers, no cavernous ballrooms, no logos. The goal wasn't to impress guests with spectacle, but to give them space, calm, and sincerity. The architecture wouldn't dominate the landscape, it would disappear into it. He teamed up with a few friends, including Anil Thadani, to fund the project themselves. They had to. When they took their plan for the first resort, Amanpuri, to the banks, they were rejected across the board. The bankers were baffled. Only 40 rooms, but with rates reportedly 5 times higher than any other luxury competitor in the area. It was too small, too expensive, and in their eyes, impossible to scale. They saw a high-risk, low-reward folly. Zecha saw the future. He understood that for a certain type of traveller, scarcity wasn't a flaw in the model. It was the entire product. By having so few rooms, he could offer an unheard-of level of personalised service. At some properties, Aman would eventually maintain a staff-to-guest ratio of 6-to-1, an almost unimaginable figure in the industry. In 1988, Amanpuri opened its doors, and despite the astronomical rates and remote location, people came. They were film directors, CEOs, and old money families, people who didn't need to be seen, but who desperately wanted to be left alone. Amanpuri's success proved Zecha's counterintuitive thesis. True luxury wasn't about more, it was about less. Less noise, fewer crowds, less intrusion. The world of luxury hospitality was about to change forever. Aman's philosophy is most tangible in its properties. Each one is a masterclass in using design, location, and service to engineer the feeling of total seclusion. They aren't just hotels, they are meticulously crafted systems for disappearing. Let's start in the stark, silent deserts of southern Utah. Here lies Amangiri, perhaps the most iconic example of Aman's ethos. Opened in a protected valley with sweeping views of the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, Amangiri is less a building and more a feature of the landscape. The 34 suites are built into the terrain with clean lines and natural materials that make the structures almost melt into the surrounding mesas. The resort's centerpiece is a swimming pool carved around a massive 150-million-year-old rock escarpment. There are no logos, there are no grand entrances. To arrive at Amangiri is to feel like you've been let in on a secret. For rates starting around $5,000 per night, you're buying silence. You're buying 600 acres of protected wilderness where you can hike for hours without seeing another soul. You are buying architecture so minimalist, it feels deferential to its environment. This isn't a vacation, it's a sensory deprivation tank for the overworked billionaire mind. It's a place to become anonymous, surrounded by nothing but geological time. Now, let's jump from the empty desert to the densest city on Earth. Manhattan. Here in the historic Crown Building on 5th Avenue and 57th Street is Aman, New York. This property poses a new question. Can you disappear in the heart of everything? The answer is a resounding and very expensive yes. Opened in 2022, Aman, New York occupies one of the most visible and valuable pieces of real estate in the world. But inside, it's an urban sanctuary. With only 83 suites, it is an incredibly low-density property for its location. The design, inspired by Japanese minimalism, creates a profound sense of calm that stands in stark opposition to the city's chaotic energy. A 3-story, 25,000-square-foot spa, a subterranean jazz club, and private lounges offer guests a self-contained world. Here, invisibility is achieved not through physical isolation, but through verticality and curated access. You are floating 14 floors above the noise, insulated from the city's gaze. A suite can cost upwards of $10,000 a night, with premier suites fetching far more. The price tag is an aggressive filter. It ensures you're surrounded only by a select few who have also paid a premium for the privilege of being left alone. It's the ultimate paradox, paying a fortune to be at the center of the world just so you can ignore it completely. The same principle applies in Asia. Aman Tokyo, the brand's first urban hotel, occupies the top 6 floors of the Otemachi Tower. With just 84 rooms, it offers staggering views of the Imperial Palace Gardens, but its atmosphere is one of profound tranquility. The design is a tribute to Japanese tradition, with washi paper sliding doors and deep soaking tubs, all creating a serene sanctuary in the sky. But for the ultimate performance of disappearing, we must go to Greece. At Amanzoe, on a hilltop in the Peloponnese, sits Villa 20. This is not a suite, it is a private, modern-day Acropolis. A sprawling, multi-level estate designed by famed architect Ed Tuttle, it has 9 bedroom pavilions, a private spa with a hammam and cold plunge pool, a fully equipped gym, a library, and multiple dining areas, including a Greek taverna shaded by olive trees. Villa 20 doesn't just have a pool, it has 11 of them, including a 30-meter infinity pool that melts into the Aegean horizon. It accommodates up to 18 guests and comes with a dedicated staff of 30, including a private chef. The price for this engineered privacy can reach over $50,000 per night in peak season. For that, a guest acquires their own self-sufficient kingdom. They have access to the main resort, but as one manager noted, few ever leave the villa. Why would they? They have everything they need to completely disconnect from the world. From the desert to the city to a private Hellenic empire, the properties all serve the same function. They use low-density, minimalist design and staggering price points to create a vacuum of attention, allowing their guests to achieve the one thing their public lives deny them: the freedom to be unseen. The result of this radical philosophy isn't just a loyal customer base, it's a tribe. They call themselves Amanjunkies. This term, which the brand itself acknowledges, describes a global group of devotees who plan their entire travel schedules around visiting Aman properties. For them, staying at an Aman isn't just a holiday, it's a pilgrimage. They collect stays like badges of honor, with many having visited dozens of locations. The Amanjunkie phenomenon is perhaps the most powerful marketing any brand could dream of, built almost entirely on word of mouth. There is no formal loyalty program you can find online. The rewards are subtle and unadvertised. Recognition from staff who anticipate your needs, an institutional memory that follows you from Bhutan to the Philippines, and the quiet nod of belonging to one of the world's most exclusive clubs. This cult-like following was built under Zecha's vision, but in 2014, Aman entered a new, more turbulent era. The brand's majority owner at the time, Indian property developer DLF Limited, sold its stake for $358 million. The buyers were a partnership between Russian-born billionaire developer Vladislav Doronin and his partner, Omar Amanat. Doronin, fittingly, was a long-time Amanjunkie himself. The transition was messy, marked by legal battles and a power struggle. But by August 2015, Doronin's holding company had emerged with full ownership, positioning him as the sole chairman and CEO. Doronin's vision is to scale the unscalable. He has overseen Aman's push into major urban centres and the development of Aman-branded residences. These residences have become a massive revenue driver, proving that people will pay a fortune not just to visit the Aman world, but to live in it. He also launched a sister brand, Janu, which was announced in March 2020, meaning soul in Sanskrit. Janu aims to offer a slightly more energetic and social atmosphere, a strategic move to capture a different market while protecting Aman's core ethos of tranquility. Under Doronin, the empire is expanding into branded yachts, skincare and clothing, transforming Aman from a hotel company into a comprehensive luxury lifestyle brand, with the valuation reported to be around $3 billion as of 2023. He is taking Zecha's highly personal, almost uncorporate vision and giving it the structure and ambition of a global powerhouse. From a single, radical idea on a beach in Phuket, Aman has become the undisputed master of quiet luxury. It proved that in an age of constant noise, the most valuable commodity is silence. In a world of relentless connectivity, the greatest privilege is to disconnect. And in an economy of attention, the ultimate status symbol isn't being looked at, but having the power to become invisible entirely. Aman doesn't sell hotel rooms, it sells sanctuary from the modern world. It has famously avoided ad campaigns because its very existence is a secret handshake passed between those who understand that true wealth isn't about what you can buy, but what you can escape. It's a brand built on a whisper, a multi-billion-dollar empire founded on the art of disappearing. I'm curious, what do you think is the true definition of luxury in today's world? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this look into the world of hidden wealth, make sure to subscribe for more stories about the brands that secretly shape our world.
Thanks for watching The Inner Margin. Like and subscribe.